Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am in Delhi. The trip that I was talking about that's leaving is leaving from here. So I just came here. I couldn't have chosen a less busy place to do my intro, but yeah, I'm here and I got a job. So I think I teased that in my last video where I said I am getting cranky about the fact that I am going to tie myself to an employer again, and that has happened. This time I'm actually happy. I think it's a cool company, and I think I do miss that problem solving side of me. So it should be fun. The timing couldn't have been perfect. One last roaming around agendaless like a freelancer does. One last week of that before I get to do a full time gig. It's still remote, so there is still a lot of flexibility. But yeah, I will be working all day, especially in the beginning because I've had a little bit of gaps. I'm gonna have to refresh my memory of what a SQL query is. But yeah, having said that, hope you enjoy the next few minutes of my vlog. I'm going on a trip with a bunch of people, like random people I've never met before, and all of them just happen to be vloggers or reel makers in some capacity. Let's see what happens. I think I'm just gonna end up stealing their footage. All right, before heading on to the bus, which was later that night, I checked out the Starbucks at CP and just camped out there for a while to do a bunch of my onboarding formalities with my new company, just signing the contract, reading it thoroughly, planning myself mentally a little bit to be around 16 strangers after so long, which is a big deal for me. But I just told myself, this is what I do when I have to do something risky. I usually tell myself, just do this, even if it's not fun. You'll just come back with the confirmation that देखा मैंने तो कहा ही था अकेले chill करना best है. So that is the thing I tell myself, like a toxic trait if I am going on even a date or like doing anything which requires social battery and a little bit of courage in the terms of social capacity. I just tell myself, just go. Maybe if nothing else, you're going to the Himalayas, you'll get some cool kombucha you can stock up on, and you can come back with your ego inflated that मैं तो हमेशा सही कहती हूँ अकेले chill करना best है. This is the spiel I gave myself, but I actually ended up being friends with a lot of these people. It was pretty cool, and I'll take you through all of what happened in a bit.
Coffee house. It's made by an architect.
All right, we made it to Bir. The transit was kind of rocky a little bit. It got really hot and the highway was broken and I got sick sadly, but we made it and I was so happy to see all these beautiful skies and the paragliders, and it gave me like a Dolores Park in San Francisco vibe when we were just sitting there. The skies were the prettiest skies I've ever seen, and I totally forgot all the getting sick, the hard commute, the a little bit of going out of my comfort zone. All the discomfort was gone basically as soon as I saw these pretty skies. We were all a little cranky in the beginning, but I think nature healed all of us as we came here, and we slowly started befriending each other. I did find some of my introvert nooks here and there wherein I was sitting with everyone, but I was reading a book or doing my own thing, and I didn't think anyone seemed to mind it. I think our host was really accommodating of the fact that if someone needs a little bit of solo time, they can take it. Living in dorms also was something I thought would be uncomfortable as a 30 something, but these were the comfiest beds I have encountered in a dorm.
कपड़े चेंज करने पड़ेंगे।
All right, we are now headed to like a riverside to be with the fishes, I guess. I thought this was the most fun experience we had, aside from, of course, looking at the beer skies at the landing site or the sunset point. But this was such a niche experience because usually I travel in India either alone or with parents. But going with a travel group really came in handy because who would have thought, like, only someone who's been here before and organizes trips could have known that there are all these rocks and like narrow alleys which lead us to this point where the water pressure of the river is so good and it feels good to put your head under it and just relax. It was again one of those nature heals experience. Hello, so it's the next morning, it's our last day. Some people are planning to stay another day because they weren't able to paraglide because the weather has been pretty bad. But I am headed back. I'm done, I think. I was anyway on the fence about paragliding and I can always come back. Yeah, I think it was fun. Out of my comfort zone, but fun. And now we are headed to a toy train and a monastery, and then people who are going back will go back on 7. I hope I'm not the only one. Alright, that is us waiting for our toy train that takes us to a monastery, and we also went to like a Shivji temple, I believe. It was a pretty fun ride. The wait was kind of long but also scenic, and once we got onto the train, everyone was just excited. The view from the window of the train was pretty awesome. All of the views in Beer have been really pretty, and we eventually made it. And there was this monastery that had like an art hostel right across from it. If I were to ever come back to Beer, I would try staying at this hostel because they have really good art classes, and the whole concept of the hostel is pretty artistic. Last day at the property. Alright, after that quick pack and pee break, we went out for our last food adventure into the city. We went to this cafe, I'll insert the name here, that was pretty famous, and it was indeed worth the hype. There was this mango dessert that was really hyped up. I liked it, even though I'm not like a mango dessert fan. But the concept of this cafe was pretty cool. We had some roadside momo and sidhu right after that. And after one last sky gazing, with some regrets that we weren't able to paraglide, we were ready to be back. I would say this was a pretty cool adventure, something I haven't done before in India at least, and I would be happy to meet all of these people once again, either in Beer or elsewhere, and I would personally definitely return to Beer again. It's a pretty special place to me now. I did do a stop at Delhi before heading back to Amritsar, ate at Yum Yum Cha. I also fell off. So when I was getting this yes manicure, I realized how badly I was hit when I fell down. But you know, some scars are worth it if they bring good memories. And after this supplementary solo trip, right after the B trip came to an end, I would say it was a fun week. Just got a chance to go to my favorite coffee shops and also put myself out of the comfort zone. I would say it was a fun week to have right before starting a full time gig. And I hope you enjoyed this vlog. No, I'm a traveler and I am an adventurer. So you will see more of these videos going forward. If you like this one, please share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.